Brett Beyer, we're meeting you here at Sorpe-See. That's a German. I don't know. Is there's an English word, Lake Sorpe, or I don't know. You're one of the famous master sailors, most famous, or the most famous, the most famous master sailor in the world, like 15 times world champion in the laser cars.
Yep, that's right.
And now you're here with the laser mastered in the middle of Germany.
Yes.
I wouldn't say in the middle of nowhere, but why did you sail this championship over here?
Well, primarily because I'm over in Europe for about 4 months. I'm coaching a young lady from Sydney called Sylvie Stanich, and she's on the World Cup circuit. Mm-hmm. So we started, first regatta was Palma in March, and we're all part of the circuit. So we're basically in between regattas. Allianz Regatta last week and Kiel week next week. Mm-hmm. So it was en route. It was an opportunity for her to have a bit of downtime, for me to jump in the boat, and it was great.
So you're working as a professional coach, that's your job?
Yep, that's right, full time. That's what I've done for 20 plus years, mainly at the Olympic level, but also just freelance coaching other people.
So this sailing laser by yourself is just not your main topic?
No, I mean, I don't do that much sailing because sailing coaching is my full-time job, and that means I don't get the chance to race myself that much anymore, but I try to do all the main masters regattas when I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you just checked the internet and said, oh, what's on our way, and then you see, okay, there's a little championship in Germany, and let's take part of it.
Yeah, pretty much. When we were designing the schedule about 9 months ago, I was thinking, what can we do between this regatta and the next regatta, and we have to schedule a rest for the athlete. Yeah. So it just made sense that this was actually a perfect opportunity.
Yeah. So your athlete, how you call it, was coaching you here as well, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
The other way around.
We swapped roles for this regatta, which we also did in Ostend. We did a regatta in Belgium just recently, open water, and that was a lot of fun. So she was on my coach boat. Wow. Here she was on a little canoe because we're not allowed motorcraft on the water, which we didn't know actually, but it worked out very well. She jumped in a canoe and paddled around and had a laugh, and it was great.
So was it worth it for her here as well? Did she teach you a lot?
Well, she didn't really have that much to say except for good luck and try and have a bit of fun.
Yeah. So just tell us what are your impressions about? I mean, we sailed here for like 3 days. Obviously, it's something a little bit difficult to sail in the middle of Germany, but we had nice weather, strange winds a little bit, but people even in Germany say, we shouldn't go to these kind of lakes. They're nice people, but sailing is sometimes a little bit strange. What are your what are your ideas about that? Yeah.
Well, look, I knew it was going to be challenging. Yes, it was always going to be challenging. It's a lake and surrounded by hills. That, by definition, means it's going to be challenging and gusty and shifty. I think it's a little unfortunate with the wind direction and the lake orientation. It didn't really lend itself to a particularly nice race course. So it was particularly big shifts and quite frustrating for me, of course, where I like to rely on a system of sailing, and you cannot do that here. So it was a little bit lucky and unlucky for some at times. But it's sailing is fun, and we have to remind ourselves of that. Fantastic hospitality from the yacht club, and dinners every night, and it was a very much, for me at least, it was a low-key casual event, so it was all good.
So you found it quite nice with people and this bunch of people here. I mean, it was new for me as well, but they're really friendly, are they?
Definitely friendly. Yeah, we arrived a couple of days before the regatta, gave Rudiger a call and said, how do we get in, and he was most accommodating. He really looked after us, actually. It was fantastic.
So right after this, you're going to Kiel, as you said. What your plans are there? Of course, you have to launch your coach boat, and then I have you any special trainings before, training partners, or what's your program over there? Yeah,
we basically get back into normal swing of things. We arrive there in a day, launch the lasers, take the lasers off, clean them up, launch the coach boat in the water, just get set up. Find the accommodation, do a shop. So tomorrow is really a logistics day, and then we are on the water the following day, and we have like a couple scheduled training days and a rest day, and then the regatta starts.
You have a team over there where you're training with some Australian guys, girls?
Nothing formally arranged. We have a couple sort of allies, and we like to join up with when possible. The Australian girls will be there, and we can join in and play around with them in training for sure.
So what is your track record coaching people? I mean, you saw many young people and coached them, taught them how to sail on a high level.
Yes.
What are your what is your track record for that?
Well, mainly I've been, up until coaching Sylvia, I've been coaching guys. So I've been to 4 Olympic Games with guys.
Yeah.
And each time the person I coach has achieved Olympic selection, which is actually really very difficult.
You're coaching for other nations as well. That's
correct.
Right, no? How many different people did you have?
About 5 or 6 different nations. You know, Singapore, South Africa, Norway, Korea. Yeah, that sort of thing. So I had a freelance group that we combined resources and shared the cost and travelled around the world and did our training, and all those guys qualified for the games.
Okay. So this is a job, it's a normal job, but you have to travel a lot around the world. You like it, and is it part of the game, or what you like? Or?
It's tiresome after a while. Like it loses its appeal at some point because it's tiring doing all these sorts of things. I did stop after the 2016 Olympics just to sort of be based out at home and family orientated a little bit more back home in Sydney, Australia. Now that Sylvie's come back on board, and now she's doing a little bit more Olympic level sort of competitions, World Cup events. We're starting to travel a little bit more, but it's not quite a full-time job the way it used to be for me.
Because she's then afterwards, after Olympics for the next, it will be more intense, or what's
no? She's not targeting this forthcoming Olympics, and she's second year university. So at the moment we're balancing a home life and a sailing life, and she's still young, etc. So in 3 or 4 years' time, we're probably going to arc it up and get a bit more serious again. Yeah.
So what is sailing for you in between? I mean, if you're sailing here, I mean, you have been in the Netherlands for a race, and obviously you won your title again, the world title in Thailand.
Yes. Yeah. Yep, that's right.
What is it for you? Is it more like, wow, it's get some pressure off, to get some freedom? I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Well, originally, actually, I used to coach, because I was coaching the senior men's, and then often the masters was only a few days later. So it made entire sense originally to coach the men's. I'm already there. I'm paid to be there, and everything's covered my cost, and it made sense. These days, often the senior worlds and the masters worlds are not back to back so frequently as they were. But like my friend here, Stephen Gunther, and I have another couple Aussie guys, and we all travel around and do Masters Regatta. So these days I love to compete, but it's definitely social. It's great to have good training partners and good friends doing it at the same time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What's your next regatta? Or are you doing yourself, or?
Probably the next Worlds in Australia in February. Really is the next ones.
It's in Adelaide, isn't it?
Yes, Adelaide, and everyone should come down, and that'll be a fantastic regatta.
We'll see, but right now I wish you good luck for Kiel, for your athlete, and
great.
It was great having you here, and don't be so unhappy about what happens sometimes here on the race course. It's not, it's sometimes a little bit strange, but
I'm sure, like most people understand, you can't win them all, and you just got to keep it in context. It's all good.
It was an honor to sail against you, and was good
thank you too.
Thanks.
Cheers.